Good evening and welcome to San Antonio, Texas here for tonight's matchup. The home opener for the Trinity University Tigers men coming in at 0-3 against Howard Payne coming in at 1-2. See a little bit of the season so far for both teams, both scoring quite a bit but giving up a little bit more. Shooting from the field, not too bad, just over 40%. Tigers holding the edge in the three-point percentage, 32 to 22%. And the Tigers at the charity stripe doing a much better job. I will say, opponents against Howard Payne only shooting 55%. Howard Payne, we'll get to in just a minute, out-rebounding teams on average with 45.3. That's a pretty solid mark as the teams get introduced here. Josh Michigamba joined by Saul Malik. And Saul, welcome to the 2019-2020 men's season.
Yeah, appreciate it. Good to be here. Glad to see our boys get back home to try to get in the win column for the first time this season. Had some tough opponents so far, and see what Howard Payne brings to the table against us tonight here.
Yeah, for sure. The Yellow Jackets come in 1-2, and they were almost 2-1. They played on Saturday night, falling at home to Southwestern 79-78. In the game before that, about a week ago, they defeated TLU over in Seguin by a score of 78-69. They lost their home opener 98-59 at Austin College. So their SCAC tour continues here tonight here in San Antonio. And then upcoming two games are against Centenary and at Southwestern. So they will take the gauntlet of SCAC action. The Tigers, meanwhile, facing a couple of ranked teams, George Fox, Whitworth, UTD, falling to all of those. They also played St. Edwards in a exhibition match. So one of the things I think for Trinity really needs to do is just come out and just kind of enjoy the moment. Look at the keys to the game here. They need to limit turnovers, get defensive rebounds, and do not get out-hustled. Howard Payne really good at out-hustling you, and that's how they were able to stay in that game against Southwestern. That's how they were able to beat TLU. They don't shoot very well from downtown. They don't shoot very well from the foul line. But they get to a lot of 50-50 balls. Talking to a couple of the Trinity coaches, they said that if they can limit the turnovers and keep the intensity up and the hustle, they should be fine.
Yeah, those are some good keys to the game there. We saw Howard Payne lacking from three-point department heavily, so they're trying to get it inside early on here as that ball is deflected out of bounds. Good opening start for the Tigers as the ball remains with the Yellow Jackets. And, we've looked at Trinity's defense so far statistically because they've been on the road for all those games, and a little bit lacking so far, so this will be a good test here at home.
Another ball deflected off the Tigers. Starting lineups for Howard Payne will be Joshua Taylor, Tyrell Thompson, Taylor Davis, Timothy Aguero, and Jace Miguez. And for Trinity, out on the court right now to be Stephen Molina, Jack Williams, Ben Hanley, Jordan Lippman, and the drive and an offensive foul called as Jack Williams is going to take the charge.
Yeah, great job to get in position there. Pretty simple call for the official to make there against Joshua Taylor, driving in outside of that restricted area. So, wow, pretty steady defensive possession there from the Tigers as Howard Payne's implementing some sort of press already, maybe to try to force a turnover from the Tigers. And good to see Jack Williams putting up a jump shot there and hitting. Struggled a little bit with his shot early on in the season, but good to see that confidence there firing early on.
Yeah, had some points early on in the season and then has gone scoreless in the last, well, not scoreless, but has gone without a field goal in the last two. And a nice little effort for the Tigers. Lippman in there for the rebound, and he loses the handles, and it'll be a foul as Howard Payne was able to steal it away. And Timothy Aguero drawing the foul. So that'll be the first on the Tigers.
Yeah, all sorts of action going on down low there. We're already seeing the hustle from both teams. It looks like they're both hungry to leave here with a victory tonight. And the statistics we looked at before the game, a little bit misleading. Both of these teams have had an exhibition game so far against a D1 and for Trinity a D2 opponent. So these numbers may be a little bit misleading.
Yeah, pretty highly ranked D2 opponent in St. Edwards. A step back jumper won't fall. Rebound for Jack Williams. The shot was up by Miguez. Tigers with a 2-0 lead here. Early action, first 90 seconds in the book. Jack Williams with a jumper to get the Tigers on the board. Now the three-pointer for Larimore won't go. Rebound, Yellow Jackets.
Oh, man, very close to being out of bounds there as the player looked like Tyrell Thompson, but he gets it stripped anyway.
Molina for three. Back iron, no good. Rebound up over the back, they're going to say. And
it looked like, I didn't see
Oh,
the
they're
foul
gonna
call. It
say-
might have been out of bounds.
they're going to say it went up and touched
Yeah.
the scoreboard there. Nice view of that one. So
Tigers firing quickly so far, not really using much of that shot clock at all. And with all this action, we're only at a 2-0 start here in the first couple minutes. And walk.
would have been a nice dish, but he took the steps instead. And a turnover there from Timothy Aguero.
Yeah, it looks like Howard Payne's eager to try to penetrate that Trinity defense and get opportunities down low, but the Tigers are having none of it.
Molina again from three, and the corner three this time will fall. Tigers up 5-0 here early on.
Yeah, Howard Payne still looking to get their bearings about them here. They have not gotten a single bucket yet.
Nice dish inside underneath. That was dished out to Joshua Taylor, and he's going to draw the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. You mentioned Howard Payne shooting about 40% from the field, a little bit over 42%, but they struggle 52% from the free throw line. So we'll see if they can turn their fortunes around here. Taylor knocks down the first one.
Yeah, that's a big key. Even on the D1 level, you watch college basketball on TV, a lot of guys have trouble making free throws consistently, and that's something that wins ball games or loses ball games down the stretch, and Taylor hits both of them here. First points of the game for the Yellow Jackets.
So he makes both, and that's going to be a big key for Howard Payne. See if they can stay within the confines of having a good day at the foul line.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I think Trinity might be in a position to help run away with this one. Playing at home, have that little natural feel. And Jordan Lippman's going to take a step back three.
Yeah, it seems like Howard Payne will get quite a few free throws if they continue driving as they are. So, yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Williams with a nice effort on D right there, forcing the missed shot. Rebound's going to go now to Lippman. Good job by Jack Williams on Taylon Davis.
Yeah,
And a nice little backdoor cut.
good play
Jack
by the
Williams
big man
with 4
there.
points.
Yeah. Williams looking good on both ends of the court so far from the Woodlands.
And we saw him come out in the first game of the year against George Fox, had a couple of points, and then he kind of couldn't find where he was. He plays about 20 to 25 minutes a game. He was 0 for 4, 0 for 5 from the field, and now he's got at least 2 baskets here early on, and the Tigers with a 10-2 lead.
Yeah, good to see great production. A lot of younger guys on this Trinity roster. Only one senior up and down the sheet, and it's Tyler Peavy who's hurt. And we've certainly seen what he's capable of. But no Isaiah Specs, no Danny Rivera, who graduated. So
Yeah, it's a little bit different look from the team last year. And the team last year, I mean, they struggled, finished 7-20. But they got to the SCAC tournament. They were able to win the first game and advance to the semifinal. They eventually lost to TOU, who eventually won the automatic bid to the championship or to the NCAA playoffs, and they lost that game 64-60. So it's a young team. There are 11 sophomores on this squad, 4 of them starting for the Tigers. And talking to a couple of the assistant coaches, they were like, we have to put things into perspective. We know that we lost the first 3 games. We know that we've struggled, but we played 3 really good teams, and we did it starting a bunch of sophomores. As Jordan Lippman's looking good early, knocks down the long 2, and he's got 5. Tigers lead by 8.
yeah, and having a coaching staff that's as confident as this one with Pat Cunningham, well over 20 seasons now at Trinity, you just have to have confidence in these young guys to figure things out. Good move down low there from Jace Miguez for the first field goal for Howard Payne.
Miguez, nice little up and under, and his first 2 of the day. Nice look from A.J. Clark, finds Kennedy, and that's going to be a turnover for the Tigers.
Jack Williams keeping his hands straight up and down. Good job to slow up that Howard Payne offense.
Nice cut underneath for Aguero. Little spin around jumper won't go. Rebounded underneath, going back up with it. Nice job by the Tigers to not contest that with a foul. And with the first points of his day, Tyrell Thompson, as he comes in, scoring in double figures for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's a big man move. We were looking at his stats before the game. Gets about 8 rebounds a game as well, and you can see why, using that big body there to get over the Trinity players.
A.J. Clark shooting that one, coming up a bit short. And down at the other end,
And good find there for Howard Payne. They're back in this now, down 12-10, and we could see up here the players streaking down to the basket, but I don't think the Tigers saw it on time.
Yeah, Miguez just got behind the entire defense and had that one uncontested once he caught it. Inside, Carter. Oh, nice dish to Jack Williams. He's got 6. A.J. Clark with the quick dish. Jack Williams with the cut. And Miguez coming back. A little bit too much on that one, and he's going to get the blocking foul against the Tigers, so he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, very late call there against Jordan Lippman, but it looked like the correct one. Tigers need to get back on defense after scoring these baskets. So,
well, we talked about not being out-hustled, and there's the key to it. Howard Payne loves to run. They love to play a very quick-paced basketball game. And talk about a quick-paced basketball game. We're 2 minutes past the first media timeout, which comes normally at 16. And with 14:36 left here in the first period, we will take our break. Tigers have led by as much as 8. They lead by 4, and we'll be right back. And we are back. 14:36 left first half here in San Antonio. And welcome back to Calgard Gymnasium. And at the line will be Miguez. He'll shoot 2 for drawing the blocking foul.
Wow, Howard Payne 5 for 5 from the foul line so far. Definitely a stark contrast to what we were expecting statistically coming into this.
It's really one of the key reasons why they are competitively in this game right now.
Yeah, half of those points
6 for
are
6.
Yeah.
A 2-point lead for Trinity. As you see, Mason Roberts inbound the ball there to Ben Kennedy.
Yeah, this is my personal first look at Mason Roberts, the sophomore on this roster. Don't believe he really played last year. Sweet.
Unable to make the initial layup is going to be Aguero, but following up uncontested, Tyrell Thompson with his 4th point of the game. Tigers have really got to start getting back on D. This is just the type of thing that can just kill their game right now.
Oh, yeah, even with that missed layup, no one was there to block out Thompson at all, because he's there to get in the way of that rebound.
You see right there off that rebound, a quick jump and a quick go for Howard Payne. Pull up 3. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound for A.J. Clark. That 3 shot by Luke Cox, who was just entered.
Good job. The Tigers trying to run now, but a little sloppy with it.
Molina for 3. It's going to be short. Rebound. Be Aguero. And he's going to quickly push it up the court.
Someone needs to get down low. Someone was open, but Cox hits that 3.
Wide open 3 for Cox in transition, and Howard Payne, I don't know exactly what the run is. It was 12-4 at one point.
Yeah.
So at the very least, it's a 13-2 run for Howard Payne. That one blocked underneath. A.J. Clark gets the rebound, and lucky to be where he was, and Tigers are down 1.
Yeah, with 14:36 at that timeout, it was 14-10 Trinity with the 2 free throws for Howard Payne. So 7-0 run very quickly until that basket.
Josh Taylor driving in. Little kick out, shot. That's Javaris Jones, no good, and that's going to be out of bounds, and I believe it was off Tyrell Thompson. And it'll be Tiger ball as we get some more substitutions, both teams substituting, and why not? The pace of this game has been intense. It's been wild, and we'll reset the players here in just a minute for you.
Yeah, it's like a hockey game with all these constant line changes because guys need chances to get their breath here with all the running back and forth. And that Howard Payne press has let up a little bit. Tigers still not turning the ball over because of it.
Yeah, entering in Jalen Ballou, Mason Green to join Luke Cox. Also Kyle Kildare.
Good look there in the corner for Luke Stewart for the Tigers.
Luke Stewart just entered. Rebound underneath by Roberts. He's going to be fouled.
Looks like Lucas Oldham as well in for the Tigers there, the junior guard. It's number 14 there on your screen.
Javarius Jones out there for Howard Payne as well. So Jack Williams now losing the handle, but gets it back.
Man, with the way Williams is playing, it looked like he wanted an ISO there.
A travel call on Stewart. So it'll be a turnover for the Tigers, who are down 1.
Yeah, Tigers getting off to that hot start, but Howard Payne has really upped the tempo here, and the Tigers have been unable to get back on defense. I'm sure that was a point of emphasis in the timeout for Coach Cunningham.
Jones, far side, kicks out. Now Kildare back to Jones. Over to Ballou, who's going to drive in. That could have been called a travel, but he kept the dribble alive. Now the 3, that was by Jones. And the hard fall. We've got a foul on Howard Payne. It's going to go against Kyle Kildare, and it'll be Tiger ball.
And that was exactly what the Tigers wanted, a three-pointer, kind of a rush shot there by Howard Payne. Want them to take those all night long.
So just 2.5 minutes after the first media timeout, we've got a quick one here now. 12 minutes media timeout, 11:58 to play first half. You're watching Tiger Network, where Howard Payne has the early lead, 17-16. Trinity ball as we return, 11:58 here, first half. And neither team taking a timeout, and don't really expect to see very many of those with all the media timeouts that the teams have elected to take here or to have as part of the game.
Yeah, Howard Payne playing pretty well to start out. You know, last season they finished 4-21, a pretty abysmal campaign, but before that they've been a pretty respectable team in their conference, so good to see them playing well so far tonight.
And speaking of playing well so far tonight, Jack Williams with another bucket. He's got 6. Tigers regain the lead, 18-17. Jones, cross court, over to Ballou. Working isolation now, the double team comes, kicks out. Jones for 3, back iron, no good. Rebound's gonna fall over to the Trinity Tigers, and that is Ben Hanley, bringing down, I believe, his second board of the day. Nice little jumper for Oldham.
That was a great shot right off that screen there, getting open. Reminded me of that Klay Thompson jump shot that, you know, quick off the screen there.
San Diego native has the Tigers up by 3.
Yeah, 6-0 counter run now for Trinity, leading by 3 again.
Jones dishes out, Cox for 3. Be his second of the game, he's got 6. We're tied at 20.
Yeah, he's gonna be the one to watch out for behind that three-point line. Doesn't seem like many of the other guys on Howard Payne are as confident shooting that 3.
Mentioned before, 2 teams score quite a bit into the 70s. They give up 82 and 90. So expect this to be a decently high-scoring affair.
Yeah, you can already tell it's going that way with how quick these possessions are. A lot of shots equal a lot of points, and there's one there for Trinity.
Ben Hanley with the corner 3, and the Tigers up 3 once again.
Ben Hanley leading the Tigers in scoring so far in the short campaign, averaging just over 11 a game. Good to see him hitting that 3 there.
Little step back jumper. Roberts goes up for the board, can't get it. Hanley's going to be there. Now up ahead to Stewart. And he'll draw the foul and get the roll. He'll go to the line for the 3-point play.
Acrobatic finish there. Great move and finish.
Luke Stewart, just another one of the mini sophomores. See the replay there. Nice look at that one.
Wow, that was a great finish. Don't see many of those over the course of a game.
Seen a lot of basketball so far in the first 10 minutes here.
Oh, yeah. It's been a crazy pace. And, you know, watching so many of these women's games, you forget that it's divided into halves here. So after this, take the break and then come back for 20 more minutes.
Yeah, the two sides still not in sync on that one. The men's committee and the women's committee differing on the best approach, whether they want to go quarters or halves. It'll be Trinity ball out of bounds off of Howard Payne. And so, you know, I think personally I enjoy the quarters a little bit more. It's more, it just feels more natural, I guess, because you play it in high school, you play it at the youth level, and you play it everywhere except for college, really. And so it just feels a little bit more natural to have quarters, but you definitely feel like you're in a college atmosphere when you do play that 20-minute stretch.
Right, we did entertain that debate a little last time we broadcasted women's, but it wasn't much of a debate because I was on the same page as you, so I like the quarters a little better.
Ballou going inside, puts up the shot, no good. And that was Thompson getting rejected. And then a travel's going to be called. Jacob Smith. First time we've called his name today.
Great rejection there from Jack Williams, getting that Thompson putback right out of there. Wow, Williams has been a force to be reckoned with. Looks like he's playing with a lot of confidence here and energy. Just all you can ask of these Tigers.
Yeah, good to see that from somebody whose last two games haven't gone exactly the way he had hoped.
Yeah, setting a good screen there and trying to roll. That's a good jump shot the Tigers are going to want.
Hanley inside, the floater off the front rim, off the glass, no good. Rebound over to Taylin Davis. Cox, pull-up three from NBA range, knocks it down. He's got 9.
Someone to watch
Luke
out
Cox
for with that Rip Hamilton face mask on. Don't let that deceive you. This kid can play.
Stats are currently down right now, but I believe he's 3 for 3 from downtown. If not, at worst, he's 3 for 4. Carter Laramore's 3, off the side, no good. Rebound goes to Jones, and up ahead once again, Thompson, and he traveled.
Walked, yeah, you can see him hop there. Good job by the official to call that. I mean, you sometimes see that go unnoticed, but it's pretty egregious.
A really good view for the official right there, because I thought maybe with the way he was slightly turned, he wouldn't have been able to see it. But good set of eyes making the call.
Yeah, a lot of the times those shuffle steps go unnoticed because they don't really seem to give a clear advantage to the player, but in reality they do, getting that pivot foot moved. But
and that one definitely seemed like his momentum was taking him that way, and he did it to kind of maybe slow down a little bit faster than he would have normally. Jordan Lippman off the glass, no good. Now coming on the quick step, fast break. Can't get it to fall. That was Jacob Smith, but he gets the ball back.
Good hustle there by Smith, but then he loses it. Now all sorts of chaos.
And somehow Jacob Smith has it back. Still can't make the shot, but that one won't count. And he'll take that one off the board. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Wow, just an all-around chaotic play there, but Jacob Smith, to his credit, did stick with it and now is getting himself the chance to tie it up from the foul line. Howard Payne still has not missed a free throw, so maybe I'll be able to jinx it with that call. And he misses the first one.
Kennedy in for Hanley. And it's going to be Jaden Modral coming in for Howard Payne. Smith's second attempt from the charity stripe is good. He's 1 for 2. Tiger lead cut to 1.
Yeah, back and forth first half here. Tigers leading by as many as 8. Howard Payne held a 3-point lead just a few minutes ago, but Tigers back up. Good look there in the corner for A.J. Clark, but he airballs it.
Yeah, and Jordan Lippman doing a good job there of just kind of throwing it up, knowing that he was entangled with the defender. He's going to get the foul call, and I believe he's going to go to the line when we return. So we are under 8. We'll take the media timeout. 7:51 left here in the first half. Tigers holding to a 1-point lead. They've had a lead as large as 8. That evaporated fairly quickly, and it's been back and forth pretty much since then. We'll be right back. And welcome back. 7:51 left here in the first half. Tigers up by 1, and they'll be going to the line to extend it. Jordan Lippman will be shooting 2.
Yeah, Lippman already with a few quick baskets here, trying to earn more from the free throw stripe.
And the first one will miss.
And Tigers missing on their few free throw attempts that they've had so far. And that one's good.
Well, the important thing is to get 1 of 2 if you miss the first, and Lippman does that. So the Tigers with a now 2-point lead. And nice job by Stephen Molina. Somehow kept that inbounds. Kennedy holds the foot there, almost traveled but didn't. And we could say the same for A.J. Clark, who's going to make the little left-handed floater from about 5 feet away in the lane. But look at this play by Molina.
That's a great coordination there to keep with that one, and then translates to a bucket on the other end.
He's got another steal. Back-to-back steals now from Molina. He's going to take this one himself. And nice little layup there as the pressure came in late. The lead now 6 for the Tigers.
Wow, Molina just translating to 4 quick points there for the Tigers.
That's one of the things we haven't seen for Trinity. I mean, years past, Coach Cunningham's teams. Luke Cox for 3 again.
Man,
and again knocks it down. That's 12 for Luke Cox.
You can see some of the kids in the stands here for Trinity just covering their mouth like, man, someone's got to get a hand on that guy.
You know, if you can shoot, you can shoot. And Luke Cox.
Just keeping him in this when he has 12 points.
I'd make sure that every possession goes through Luke Cox at least once. And if he feels like he's got the shot, just let him take it. Lippman, nice move on the inside, able to keep the handle and put it up and in for the easy layup. Tigers 5-point lead now.
You can see how these games get so high scoring against both of these teams. Trinity already with 32 here in the first half. There's still plenty of time to go.
Nice feed on the inside to Jones. Now out to Smith. Smith from the elbow. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, A.J. Clark. Yeah, it looked like they tried to set the screen initially for Cox, and that freed up Jones on the inside. And A.J. Clark's going to be fouled 18 feet away from the basket by Jalen Ballou.
Yeah, that's not a smart foul at all. He was shaking his head in protest, but, you know, players do that regardless of whether or not they're guilty of the crime. So you don't foul a jump shooter, but they're not giving him the 2 shots. So I'm curious where the foul occurred.
22 is going to be shooting, so I think we're in the bonus. Yes. Be a 1-and-1 bonus here.
Good thing for Howard Payne. I don't believe that foul occurred before the ball was inbounded. Otherwise, I believe there's a whole other set of rules that go with that, with the free throws and then inbounding the ball again.
So it'll be A.J. Clark to shoot the pair of free throws for the Tigers. Missed the first, or I said pair of free throws. It was a 1-and-1 situation. And the Tigers get the rebound and an opportunity to score here again. Jack Williams underneath, lost the handles, goes back up. And that's either 8 or 10 points there for Williams. And that's almost the third steal of the day for Molina.
Yeah, Williams was the one who set up that second chance possession for the Tigers. That 3-pointer good by Jaden Madral.
Madral, Yantis knocking down the 3, brings the Yellow Jackets within 4.
Williams doing a great job setting the screens and then rolling to the basket as a big man should, getting himself these short-range jump shots. I believe he is in double figures. I think he has 10 because he hit 3 early on off the layups and then he's had a few since then. So to get that up and running, we'll have the official word on that. But
yeah, hopefully at halftime we get the stats reloaded. Issue with the new NCAA stats program. If you start it even a hair too soon, they don't seem to ever work during the game. And if you don't start it soon enough, then they don't work either. Stephen Molina, that 3-pointer is working. Tigers up 37-30.
Yeah, I think now's the time where Howard Payne should start to slow down their possessions a little bit because they're getting pretty sloppy there, moving quickly.
And on the jump shot, Joshua Taylor is going to draw contact. He'll go to the line to shoot, too. Yeah, the new NCAA stats program, I think it's a nice little program, but the problem is that we've had some issues with live stats. Those following the Trinity women's volleyball team may have noticed that the Final Four game, the NCAA semifinal, did not work on live stats the entire game because of a technical issue with the software. And it's just small things like that that I think they need to get the bugs worked out. And once they do, I think it's going to be fantastic, especially for the fans at home. but for the time being, still working through a lot of those issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, the statistics do enhance the experience of the game, so always a good benefit to have that going.
Taylor knocks down 1 of 2 during his trip to the line. It's a 6-point lead for Trinity. Kennedy to the left side, into the lane. He's got a lane all the way to himself, and a nice little left-handed layup will fall after bouncing around. It's an 8-point lead for Trinity. I believe this is matching the highest of the game. Now Jordan Lippman just picks Aguero's pocket all the way down, can't get it. Molina follows up, and he will follow through with the layup. And the Tigers double-digit lead.
And it looks like another turnover here.
Thompson goes up. Aguero's going to steal that one back.
Wow,
and
good finish
one
by
play for Aguero.
Wow.
If he can knock down the free throw, it'll be a 3-point play.
Just all sorts of hurried possessions for both teams here. They need to cool it a little bit here as it's getting out of control. Tigers with the substitution. Kobe Patterson seeing his first minutes on the court here, number 30.
It's a replay there from Steven Molina, knocking that one down.
A very needed bucket there from Aguero.
San Angelo native. Can't complete the 3-point play, so it'll stay an 8-point lead for Trinity. They come down quickly with the pass to Molina. He'll fire for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound to Taylon Davis, and he'll bring it up quickly but rather slow in all comparisons to the rest of this game so far. Now Aguero will drive the lane up against Mason Roberts. Can't get it to fall. Roberts somehow doesn't have that one stolen on the pass to Molina, and that's going to be a charge. No, a block. Ooh.
He may have been moving. That might have been what did it.
May have been. I thought that Taylon Davis was set, but the call will go against him.
Yeah, those 50-50 calls, especially on pass-offs, usually go the way of the charge, but
I believe they're talking about it right now just to double check. No, they're discussing whether or not they're going to take the media timeout, and they will. 3:58 left here. We'll take the under 4 media. 41-38 Trinity. Their largest lead's been 10, and when we come back, they'll see if they can extend it back out to double digits here on the Tiger Network.
All right, we're back here in Calgary Gymnasium. Tigers leading 41-33 here with just a tick under 4 minutes left to go in this one. So while we have a moment here, I'd like to shout out all the people back home watching. Thanks to my mom and dad, especially all my relatives that tune in to hear me call these games. I love watching these Trinity Tigers compete. It'll be Trinity to shoot free throws here, I believe, with the bonus in effect. Call a blocking foul there, benefiting Steven Molina, sending him to the line. We're still having issues with the statistics program online, so no official word on everyone's points, rebounds, assists, etc. But as soon as Josh and I can get that figured out, we'll bring it to you. Looks like the referees are just now waiting for Howard Payne to get out of their huddle, and I'm not sure what's taking so long. It looks like the timeout is over, so not sure why that delay is coming about. The Tigers coming into this one 0-3, losing to George Fox, Whitworth, and Dallas. This is the first game here at home in front of a good crowd of Trinity students and parents alike, getting to see their Tigers jump out to this early high-paced lead. As Molina will get the 1-and-1 with the bonus in effect, and he makes good on the first, so he'll earn himself another with the chance to put the Tigers up by 10 here. Steven Molina out of Boerne, Texas. Sharp shooter from the three-point line, and he hits both of his free throws here to give the Tigers a 10-point advantage. For Howard Payne here. This game marks a trip through Texas as they face a bunch of teams from the SCAC. They'll face Centenary and Southwestern next before finally returning to conference play to play Louisiana College on the 9th of December. So that three-pointer finally missed from Luke Cox. He'd been on fire previously with 4 made threes in this half. Tigers pushing it quickly the other way. Kobe Patterson puts up his first jumper of the game. Three-pointer from the corner. It's no good. Going the other way now. Howard Payne looking to push. And slowing up there is number 21, Timothy Aguero. Little rush on the pass there as he turns it over. And this has become a problem here in the past few minutes of this half. And it's evident on the scoreboard that Howard Payne has been turning the ball over quite a bit, leading to some Trinity scoring as well as the absence of points from the Howard Payne side. Tigers already with a healthy 43 points in this first half, and it's still not over. Still 3 minutes and 26 seconds. And you know, the way the Tigers are playing at such an up-tempo, I would not be surprised to see them put up triple digits tonight. Good screen from Patterson. He'll roll to get the short jump shot. That one's short. Ball batted around here. Still no one has it. And finally, Howard Payne secures it, looking to run the other way. Good pass down low to number 5, Tyrell Thompson, as he puts that one through. Thompson with a good amount of rebounds as well as, I believe, 8 points now, putting Howard Payne back with an 8. Jordan Littman tried to fake out the defender, but he didn't buy it. Ball being swung around here in the corner. Jump shot short and blocked. Luke Stewart gets blocked here. Now it looks like the foul will go against Trinity on the rebound. I believe Mason Roberts will be whistled for that one. So now Howard Payne in the bonus. You know, Josh and I mentioned beforehand, not the best free throw shooting team around, only shooting a tick above 52%. But they've been shooting considerably better from the foul line tonight. Chance here for Jace Miguez going to the line. One of their starters back in to the lineup here. So it'll be a 1-and-1 here. If he hits the first one, he gets another. If not, it'll be a live ball to see who can get the rebound. He misses it, but there's Tyrell Thompson coming back in to get the rebound, and now Miguez fires a 3. He'll miss that one, and wow, Thompson got up there, just unable to secure the rebound. Stewart going the other way. Good drive from Jordan Littman. They will not give him the continuation. Oh, they'll call him for a foul. They said he lowered the shoulder for the separation. Man, that's a little bit of a questionable call. I thought, if anything, he was going to get the 2 points and 1, but instead the possession will flip to the other direction. And we see you in the stands, Mark Murdoch, with your rage at that call. But it will be Howard Payne ball. And, you know, they do call that sometimes. It looks like the player's lowering his shoulder. Quick release there from Cox. He misses the three-pointer. Jack Williams securing the rebound. Tigers going the other way. And now Littman travels. So after being called for that offensive foul, Jordan Littman now whistled for a walk. Not the best 30 seconds of his career as a Tiger, but will be on the court, stay on the court nonetheless, trying to redeem himself in the final 2 minutes of the half. Howard Payne swinging the ball around the perimeter. Three-pointer put up by Howard Payne, no good, and the ball is bouncing all over the place, and Tyrell Thompson lowers his shoulder to collect that. Is incredulous at the call, but he's called for the foul.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there for Thompson. A little bit aggressive there and kind of pushed Clark out of the way. Back when we came back from break, you were wondering what the delay was before the Molina free throws. The refs just wanted to look at the play one more time to see if they had maybe gotten the play correct or incorrect. They were looking at the foul specifically, and I don't know if they were looking at whether or not the foul was the foul that they called, or if they just want to make sure they got the right jersey number on the player that they called. So
that clears it up a lot, actually. It seemed like there was unnecessary delay there as Jordan Littman back on the score sheet, hitting that mid-range jump shot.
And Tigers once again up double digits. 10 points here with 90 seconds left in the first half. Nickel will pick that one up. Hand off to Clark. White in the corner, now back to Clark. Takes it back towards the middle. Ooh. White underneath. Kind of goes up a little bit too far under the basket and catches the bottom of the glass.
Yeah, he sort of blocked himself on that one. I don't think he knew how close to the basket he was.
Miguez, corner jumper, no good. Rebound will fall to Nickel, and he gives way to White. White's 2-on-2. He'll take it away, and it's a blocking foul underneath. And just a slight shuffle of the feet. I think they got the call right. Just ever so slight shuffle of the feet there against Ballou.
Good to see the freshman Jalen White on the court. Very athletic, 6'4", 195-pound guard.
And the Tigers' only freshman on the roster. Makes sense. Well, they've got 11 sophomores. That's a huge class in front of him. And he knocks down the first.
Yeah, that's actually been a problem for some, trying to recruit some guys, because a lot of young guys don't want to have to sit and wait to get their turn for 1 year after all the sophomores, are getting this playing time now.
Talked to a few of the guys. They say White in practice been extremely talented, and they're not surprised to see him get playing time early on.
Yeah, that's the thing, really. If you earn the playing time, you'll find it.
Top of the key. Dish back out. It's going to be Taylor for three, no good. White will pull down the board. He'll give way to Clark. About a 5-6 second differential on the shot in the game clock. Not necessarily a last possession type of deal, but Pat Cunningham's going to talk it over. And I think he'll probably wind it down as far as he can. And there'll be a 30-second timeout. As we hope to get the live stats fixed at halftime. It's extremely hard to do in game, so we have to wait until there's a pretty lengthy natural break. They got to kind of shut the whole thing down and then bring it all back up. So hopefully we'll get you stats sometime during the half. And between everything else, really the only two stats that matter are what you see on the screen right there. It's Trinity 46, Howard Payne 35. And Trinity haven't scored 100 yet. They scored 93 in a losing effort to George Fox in the season opener, and then 73 and then 62. They've given up 99, 96, and 78.
Yeah, I'm no math major, but I can tell you that at this pace, Trinity will put up 92 points over the course of this game, so they're doing quite well in that department so far.
Yeah, so it looks like just from the start of this, Clark's going to maybe take a little bit of time.
Yeah, I wouldn't fault the Tigers here for running this as close as they can to zero on the shot clock, but
Nickel turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound will fall out of bounds. That's going to be off Howard Payne.
Oh, yeah, last shot now for the Tigers.
Trinity will have the last shot, 10.1 seconds.
I have to imagine the look down low to Williams again. It's been one of their consistent options in this half.
Corner for White. Oh, nice feed inside Nickel. Turnaround jumper. He knocks it down. Great shot by Nickel. And the heave at the buzzer won't go. And that will do it for the first half. The Tigers take a 13-point lead into the locker room. And that will do it for the first half. 48-35. And we will be back for the second half in just a bit. You're watching Trinity basketball in their home opener for the 2019-2020 season. And we'll be back. And welcome back. So we are just about ready to begin the second half of action here. Trinity leading by 13 points. And they will inbound the ball to begin. And the shot clock did not start with the game clock, so we'll reset the game clock.
Already some confusion to start the second half. Tigers with a great offensive first half, putting up those 48 points on their way to tremendous offensive outburst.
Well, instead of just resetting the game clock, they ran 3 seconds off the shot clock, and now they'll just do this again. So
it all works out, I guess.
Underway here. Yeah, 48 points. Not too bad. Puts the Tigers on pace for their largest outcome of the season. And a foul on the inside as they hack Jordan Lippman. So it's Taylor's first foul. It'll be the first foul of the second half.
Yeah, if you're Howard Payne, I'm sure the locker room conversation was try to work it back in the paint more, maybe take some more time off these possessions, because a lot of out-of-sync possessions in that first half led to scoring drought as the half concluded. You know, a lot of those turnovers also led subsequently to Trinity points.
Steven Molina with the jumper, won't fall. Rebound finds its way to Taylor Davis. A little bit slower momentum here. I'm sure the teams will pick it up here shortly, but nice feed on the inside, and that's going to be a bucket for Josh Taylor.
Yeah, it was a great play by Howard Payne there, setting up that easy bucket.
Lippman for three, off the side rim, no good. Taylor pulls down the board, and he's going to start the run, and this is kind of the pace we were more accustomed to in the first half. That one off the foot of Tyrell Thompson, picked up by Molina, goes the other way. The Tigers run. Bucket no good, but rebound there for Lippman.
No call there.
And no call there, but rebound's going to eventually go to Howard Payne.
Good contest there by Howard Payne on that initial layup, but I thought maybe Lippman had gotten fouled.
So rebounding underneath. Ball deflected out by the Tigers. Oh, nice feed on the inside. No call there as that one goes up. Shot missed by Taylor Davis. Tigers will run it back the other way. Had Lippman for a second. Now Molina wide open. Free throw line.
Man,
knocks
no one
it
was
down.
on him that whole way there. He just took it in uncontested totally and just hit the jump shot.
Garrow gives it off. Taylor goes up with it and gets his own board. Knocks it down. He'll have a chance to get three at the stripe.
Yeah, that initial shot was a little suspect, but he fought with it to get that relatively easy putback, the chance to earn it the old-fashioned way.
Taylor's shot up and through, and so that's going to make it a 10-point game.
Yeah, Taylor, all 5 of their points here in the second half so far.
Not very many Division III games going on today. This is the only game in the SCAC or the ASC. As Lippman pulls it down, steps across, knocks down the jumper from the side. Assist to Carter Larimore. Tigers back up to 12.
Interesting bit about that scheduling there right before Thanksgiving. I wonder if that has anything to do with it, with people going home.
Step back three.
Wow. Knocked
down. Nice job by Jason Miguez, knocking that one down. Makes it a 9-point game. It's the first time it's been really comfortably under double digits.
Yeah, and that shot was pretty heavily contested as well for Miguez.
Miguez now running the break. Pull back jumper. In and out won't go. Rebound followed up by Garrow. And Garrow with the little scoop up and under, and it's a 7-point Tiger lead. Howard Payne off to a 6-point run here in the first 3 minutes over the Tigers.
Yeah, don't expect the Yellow Jackets to fade easily.
Well, their style of play, they don't really have a true set offense. They're not going through offensive possessions necessarily, but they are playing very well within their grasp. They like to do a lot of stuff on fast break, and then they go from there. And so, not surprising to see them score quickly. It's one of the things I think this style of play can do for you.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty physically gifted as well, going for a lot of these loose balls and rebounds. It's also kept them alive.
Lippman, elbow, no good.
Interesting, all these
Again,
shots are
with the
coming
board.
from Lippman here this half. He gets a steal there.
Gets the interception, and he'll take it up for the dunk and the foul. My goodness. Comes down a little hard on that one, but bounces back up.
Good finish there. Jordan Lippman putting the hammer down.
So he got a little risky with the dunk, almost not completing it, but getting fouled on the way up.
Yeah, that's always a concern with the dunk from guys that are just able to get it over the rim is, you know, coming back down and popping the ball back out. Of course, you always get style points where you can't get that from a layup.
He completes the three-point play. Tigers back up 10. And it's going to be a timeout on the floor. No, not a timeout on the floor. It's mass confusion going on here.
Yeah, I thought it looked like a timeout charge to Howard Payne. But
Yeah, Coach Drummond was out there talking to the official when the shot went through, and the official was out of position, so I wonder if the whistle was just to allow the official time to get back into position.
yeah, definitely a possibility. And he's
Luke
not
Cox for
afraid
three.
to fire. He's been
That hit the score
Yeah.
the shot clock, so it'll be out of play.
he hit 4 of those there in the first half, and now it seems like he's just kind of rushing them because he had that hot hand. Just heat check after heat check.
Evan Adkins making an appearance here for Howard Payne. It's A.J. Clark with the travel. And then the ball will go off into the darkness.
Yeah, I guess there's no delay of game warning on that. It definitely did delay the game a little bit.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, it definitely could have called one there, but
Yeah, he just threw up that shot after the travel had already been called.
so Lippman initially denies the ball in, but into Timothy Aguero it goes with a slower pace, bringing it across. It's Kildare for the far side. Now back to the top, Taylor. Taylor working on Lippman, kicks out. That's going to be Adkins for 3. We just mentioned that he'd come in the game, and now he's got 3 on the scoreboard. The lead is 7.
Yeah, I think that's the first shot we've seen from Adkins. Good corner 3 there. Nothing but net.
Clark short again. Most of his shots have been short. This one rebound by Jack Williams. Heard a lot of him in the first half and haven't heard much in the 5 minutes we've played since. He puts up a shot, no good. Rebound Larimore, and they're going to call Larimore for the push foul, which coming from the angle it came a little interesting. I didn't see it from this side. But nonetheless, we are under 16. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back. Tigers up 7. It'll be Howard Payne ball when we return. Welcome back. Finally got the live stats functioning here and get a good look at the game so far. And the big surprise for me as they officially get the three-pointer on the board. It looks like they were missing a free throw. The three-point percentage, 7 of 16, and the free throws, 9 of 13. Howard Payne shooting a lot better in this game than they are traditionally in their first 3 games. But then on the counterpart of it, we said Trinity's got to win the hustle battle. 11 steals to only 4. That's not a bad job by the Trinity defense. Jordan Lippman will grab the board off of Taylor's miss, and the Tigers are running once again.
It's interesting when you look at those stats. Howard Payne's shooting the 3 better than we'd imagine they would. They're shooting the free throw better, and yet Trinity's still leading by 7 here.
If that could have fallen for Clark, might have seen that on ESPN.
Yeah, that was a crazy look.
Luke Cox for 3 once again.
Oh, man, that's his 5th of the game. He's their leading scorer, and he hasn't taken a dribble inside the 3-point line.
Luke Cox, 15 points, 5 of 9 shooting. They've all been from downtown. Stewart, little jumper from right in front of the free throw line. He knocks it down. The 4-point lead pushed to 6. And for Stewart, that's his 4th.
Howard Payne getting some good looks here in the second half, making this a close one. It was 13 points at half.
Taylor for 3. Won't go. Rebound Lippman. And for Lippman, his 6th of the game. Up ahead, Cox will save it, gives it to Taylor. And Howard Payne running again. And Kennedy's going to get charged for the foul. A little blocking foul for Kennedy. It's Kennedy, Stewart, Clark, Williams, and Lippman there for Trinity. Atkins, Taylor, Cox, Aguero, and Kildare for Howard Payne. And Kildare, the only person on the court right now who has yet to score. So,
yeah, he's yet to shoot the ball even.
See if he can join the rest of the group. Aguero gets fouled by Clark, and they give it to Stewart. They were both there.
Yeah, if you look up and down this Tiger lineup, Jordan Lippman's taken 14 shots, so he's been firing them up. He's hit 6 of them, so can't fault them for turning to him.
Yeah, he's got the tie for the game high with 15. And Aguero with his 5th point of the day. He's now 1 for 2 at the line. Aguero makes both, so 6 points and a 4-point lead for Trinity. Had a 13-point lead at the break, and in the 6 minutes since, it's a 9-point advantage to the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, it's been that 3-point shooting that's carried them here.
Nice feed on the inside, rejected. You know, Kildare's like, I don't have any points in this game, but I'll make up for it with that block.
That was a pretty emphatic one there. Those are the type of blocks that get the bench going.
Ballou checked in for the free throw shooter, Aguero.
Man, looked like the Tigers missed Mason Roberts down there on that inbounds play.
Stewart kicks out. Kennedy around the perimeter, now drives in, free throw line. Gets Ballou up off his feet, tries to throw it up off the glass and save it, and...
Man, that's a 2K move right there. A little less effective in real life, but I guess you have to like the confidence. Maybe not if you're the coach, but...
Yeah, shot clock was winding down. It was at 4 at that point. I think instead of traveling or doing something else, he just tried to make a play happen. Ballou cuts to the rim, and that'll be a foul on Trinity. It'll be on Kennedy.
Yeah, the thing about that play with Kennedy there on the other end is I feel like he actually had a decent look if he'd wanted to take the shot there rather than going off glass. But hindsight is 20/20.
Ballou throws that one off Lippman. 16 on the clock, inbound underneath from Howard Payne. Hanley is checked back in for Trinity. He's got 3 points. Has pretty much been in double figures in every game so far this year, so look for him to get going. Atkins fakes the 3, drives. Mason Roberts there, contests, but it's no difference. Atkins now 5 points.
That was a good contest, too, by Roberts.
It's a 2-point lead for the Tigers. They've seen a large 13-point lead all but evaporate here in the first 7 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, the games aren't won in the first half, but that's a good shot there for the Tigers to get back on the board.
We said look for Hanley to get going. He only had 3. He's now got 5 as that one banks in. Ooh, nice defense from Stewart, but somehow they get the pass in. Ballou to Atkins. And then Ballou gets it back, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Ballou looked like he leaned in to try to get that foul, and they rewarded him for it. But that's a foul call. Well, I guess technically correct. It's just one that's kind of frustrating to see called in basketball. You know, it's not a normal shooting motion to lean into the guy and then get the defender out of position.
And he misses the first, so We'll see if he comes away with anything after that. A pretty solid job for Howard Payne. They were really late out to the floor. Didn't get out here until about a minute left in the half. So talking it through. Not really getting a chance to shoot the ball around or anything else. It hasn't really mattered. They've come out fairly strong. It's a 3-point lead. It's a 10-point second half advantage for the Yellow Jackets. Clark feeds inside to Roberts. He's going to do something with it. And he gets a nice little left-handed shot to hook in and roll in for the Tigers.
Yeah, using every bit of that 6'8" frame there.
Taylor comes back the other way. It draws the foul, and it'll go against Mason.
Tigers, need to be careful with all this fouling so far, because Howard Payne is shooting 71% on the game from the foul line, so I guess they're already in the bonus here.
Yeah, it looks like they've given the foul to Molina coming in on that one. And so not on Roberts. Be Molina second. Taylor misses the first, and now we're starting to see Howard Payne fall off on the free throws. They're now 12 of 18, falling down to about 67%.
Yeah, you figured those numbers would regress a bit when we saw them start out 6 for 6. Oh, that's just sloppy.
And I got to agree with A.J. Clark on that one. He's kind of looking like, hey, I got tripped right there. I could have made the save.
Yeah, I saw that as well, though. He hit
And
the
no
deck
call.
there and no way to get that ball after that.
Yeah, and I'm completely fine with the no call of the two getting tangled up the first time. But when he got back up and tripped over him again, that should have been another foul call. But it will be Howard Payne ball down 5. Molina's got really good handles, but I think he's got to get a little bit better control of where that pass goes. Kick out. Taylor for 3. It's
Great
good.
look there from Baloo to take that drive, getting the defense in, and then just dishing back out. That's just classic basketball.
And Howard Payne down 2.
Yeah, plenty of time in this one.
Molina for 3. And he knocks it down. That's a big shot for Molina. He's got 17.
Got to get back and guard Cox.
No good. Rebound, Molina. Tigers can run if they want. It's a one-on-one. Molina won't get the advantage of it. And we're going to call Mason Roberts on the foul. Got to agree with that one. He kind of pushed Tyrell Thompson a little bit off of his mark and almost caused Thompson to travel. We are under 12, 11:31 to play here in the game. What had been a large lead for Trinity is now a competitive game once again. And we'll be back for the final 11:31 of regulation in just a moment. (64-59), and as you can see there on the stats, one thing that sticks out to me, Trinity needed to do a good job of rebounding, averaging 36 a game. Howard Payne comes in averaging 45 a game, and Trinity holding their own, especially offensively. Howard Payne just 10 offensive rebounds. Trinity has 9 themselves. And they've really limited those second chance opportunities for Howard Payne. And I think that was one of the keys that we had talked about early on. They needed to not get out hustled. I think they've done a pretty good job of that. Howard Payne has pushed and run and done a lot of those types of things, but I think Trinity's been there, maybe not necessarily step for step, but they've been there close enough not to just be completely run off the floor. Free throw missed. Now Molina for 3. He's going for 20. Won't get it there. That one's out of bounds.
Yeah, Molina's sort of a deceptive, or rather subtle 17 points. It just seems like all of a sudden you look over. And I guess part of that is just not having the stats updated till half, but really sort of quietly contributing the whole way with 4 steals as well.
Yeah, those 4 steals have been pretty big. Trinity with a 11-5 advantage. Cox taking his first 2-pointer of the game, and it won't fall.
Man, he doesn't dribble either. He just gets it and fires.
And more of that pure shooter. Inside, Hanley gets the call and knocks down the bucket. He'll go to the line for a three-point play. Hanley's got 7. He'll be looking for 8. More importantly, the Tigers have pushed that lead back up to 7.
Yeah, I thought that was the right call to make as well. It seemed like Cox just sort of gave up on that play and, was just praying for that offensive foul call. But
yeah, for Cox, his first foul. And we said when Hanley came in about 3 minutes ago, look for him to get going offensively. He only had 3 at that point. He's knocked down a couple of buckets, and now that three-point play gives him 8 so far. Thompson working on Larimore, and Hanley's going to get called for the foul coming across, as Ballou did a good job of maintaining the space.
with the bonus being a 1-and-1, though, you almost take that if you're Trinity, because on the last one they fouled Thompson. He missed the free throw, basically ended that possession.
Yeah. Howard Payne, 3 of 7 for free throws in the second half.
Yeah, 1-and-1 here for Ballou. He'll have to make the first to get another. He does.
We've really exceeded. Trinity slowed down on their scoring pace, but Howard Payne kind of stepping it up just a touch. Thompson gets the board on the inside.
Wow, that's a big move by Thompson, but unable.
And then he just completely comes up and, well, like a golfer just shanking it. That was pretty close to the same comparison as he just missed from a foot away.
Man, he can get up, though. We've seen him get quite high getting some of these rebounds.
Oldham. That one's taken away. Molina there, and then finds Larimore. Underneath, kicks it around. Tigers, 13 on the shot clock, so they still have time. Molina driving in. It's going to be good for Molina. Got the shooter's roll. That bounced around 2 or 3 times and fell in. 19 points now for Molina. Tigers have had a different high scorer almost in every game so far this year. And Molina doing his part here today. Larimore kicks it up to Oldham. He's got it if he wants it.
Good finish
Nice
there.
job
And now
finishing
Tigers
there.
back up 11. Don't look now.
That's the one thing, Howard Payne, they're going to score a lot on their runs, but they're also going to give up a lot when it goes south.
Yeah, they had it down within 2 just a few minutes ago, and it's just crazy the momentum shifts that we've seen throughout the game. Biggest lead for Howard Payne all game was, I believe it was 17-14. It was a 3-point lead. And since then, Trinity hasn't looked back.
Yeah, their last lead at 17-16. And Trinity, of course, 13 at the break. They are just a bucket away from tying as the largest lead of the game. Thompson steps out. No, foul on Larimore.
Yeah, this is what's going to save. This is what could save Howard Payne if they're able to make their free throws now. Getting to the line plenty.
Yeah, Larimore's third. Tigers' 19th foul.
Had 22 free throws attempted before this one coming from Thompson for Howard Payne. They very easily probably will get over 30 free throws on the game.
Thompson now 1 for 2 from the stripe. Yeah, they've done a really good job of getting to the foul line. And I think Trinity right now, as those free throw percentages start to fall down, might be willing to take the opportunity to let them go 1 for 2 at the line.
You look at the stats now, Tyrell Thompson has 5 offensive rebounds, which is a pretty remarkable statistic considering he only has 6 total.
That one thrown away by Lippman.
Yeah, I thought it might have been deflected. I couldn't tell if my eyes were deceiving me, but no, it was just an errant pass.
A couple of Tigers in double figures. It's Molina leading the way with 15. Lippman's got 15. Williams early on had 10.
Yeah,
11 points also for Taylor for Howard Payne. Of course, Cox with 15.
Williams on double-double watch, 10 and 5. Still time to play.
Smith, pull-up jumper, no good. Nice tip by Taylor, no good. Kennedy's going to get it, and he's 1-on-2. Well, he'll take it. Nice little left-hand or right-hand scoop from the left side. And a nice little transition play for Kennedy as he's got 4 on the day.
Yeah, good move there, and 1-on-2 again for Ben Kennedy.
And a blocking foul is going to be called. It'll be on Jack Williams. And for Williams, that'll be his first. Tigers 4 of their last 4 field goals. Howard Payne 0 for their last 4. They haven't made a field goal in the last 3:15, but large part of that's because they've been at the line pretty much every possession.
Yeah, it's either been that or just turnovers mainly in those 3 minutes.
Smith 0 for 3 from the field. And now 1 for 3 at the line. Make it 2 for 4. Try to steal the inbounds play.
Not a smart play. Yeah, now Tigers have numbers here.
Williams kicks out. Oldham to Molina. Front rim off the glass, no good. Rebound for Taylor. Smith. Showing the handles against Oldham. Eventually gives it away. Shot no good. Rebound for Williams. He's going to be fouled by Thompson. And the crowd a little cheerful after that one. That one's been called against Trinity a few times, and it's called against Howard Payne here.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure why the crowd was so buzzing after that one. It seemed like a common foul, but.
So Howard Payne will take a timeout here. 8:25 left in the second half. Tigers up by 9. They'll have the ball when we return in just a moment. So 8:25 left here in the second half. Trinity will be inbounding. And it looks like a little bit of pressure is going to be applied by Howard Payne. Mentioned not a lot of games going on around the country. One top 25 action at the break. North Central ranked number 9 by D3Hoops.com on top of Rose Holman, 42-26. And a couple of other non-ranked games out there, but like we said earlier, a little light Monday. I'm sure more teams will get going on Tuesday. And it's the only action in the SCAC or the ASC for anybody to watch. Smith goes up,
Wow,
and
good
in transition knocks it down.
Finish. Made it look a little easier than it was there.
And the first basket made by Howard Payne in the last 4.5 minutes. Kennedy shoves off.
Oh, yeah, they'll get him every time for that. Foul. Yeah, they called Littman for that in the first half on one that looked like it could have been an and one. That was the same sort of scenario there, but the official was right there on it. I feel like the official solid this game.
So far, very solid. So we had the timeout just a second ago. Now we've got the media timeout. And we'll be back. 7:47 left to go in this one. And Tigers up by 9. We'll be back in just a moment. 73-64 Trinity as we come back. 7:47 to play. Leading scorer in the game, Stephen Molina, 19 points for Trinity. Jordan Lippman, 15. And Jack Williams, 10. For Howard Payne, Luke Cox, 15 points. Josh Taylor, 11. And Miguez with 9. And now joining the group, Thompson with his 9th point as well.
Yeah, I've been impressed with what we've seen from Thompson down in the paint all game, especially on the offensive rebounding side of things.
Jack Williams make it 12 for the young man. And after not scoring a field goal in the last 2 games, he's looked good today. He's 5 of 6, now 6 of 7 in the game. Guerrero's going to pull it out. Kick over. Miguez pass off the glass, out of bounds. Trinity ball.
Yeah, I was worried there that they might call Clark for a foul as he was moving down the baseline playing defense there, but it did look like he went straight up and down. Big turnover there against Howard Payne.
Taylor, Thompson, Cox, Smith, and Aguero for Howard Payne. Kennedy, Molina, Clark, Williams, and Lippman for the Tigers. And going to the line will be Stephen Molina. Some stats there at the timeout. One thing that stood out to us, the free throw disparity, 15 of 26 for Howard Payne, but just 6 of 9 for the Tigers. This will be their 10th free throw attempt. I think you got to be happy for Trinity with the numbers in the game so far, as Molina's got 20. The Tigers are 7 of 10 at the line. And they're doing really well rebound-wise. It's pretty much even. They hold a huge advantage on the steals, and they're shooting just under 50%. They're 48% for the game. Just 26% from downtown and 73% now as Molina gets 21. They are 8 of 11 at the foul line. So numbers that you will be really happy about. The one thing that I think is probably not in Pat Cunningham's interest and in his liking, they're giving up 9 of 20 from downtown, and then of course they've given up 26 free throw attempts.
Yeah, all those free throw attempts have really started to add up, but the shooting has sort of dipped off for Howard Payne here in the second half from the line. They're not hitting them as consistently as they were in the first half. Now with 6 and a half minutes left, but down 11 points, they go to their three-point shooter to check back in. Number 12, Luke Cox, back into this one.
Lippman, dish inside. A.J. Clark, he gets rejected pretty well by Tyrell Thompson.
Wow, that was nice. That was nice.
That is one of the more excellent blocks you're going to see.
Almost looked like a volleyball spike, where you get up at the net and just bat it down.
And I think from A.J. Clark's position, I mean, he went up and just kind of floated that layup in there. I kind of expected that's going to be a foul call as they impeded Lippman from getting through on that nice entry pass from Clark. So gets rejected and comes back with what I thought was actually a really nice pass in. If they don't hold Lippman up, he's busting through that and has a wide open look at a layup right there.
And now he'll have to get the 1-and-1 here, so he'll have to hit this first one, as he does.
4 blocks on the day for Howard Payne, 2 by Thompson. Lippman now at the line, 16 points, 7 boards.
Yeah, all-around good game for Lippman. And now the Tigers, look at this, back up to 13-point lead, which is what they had at half. It got diminished to 2, and now back at 13.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I'd say for Howard Payne is if they could have somehow tied the game at some point, that might have broken momentum for the Tigers. Underneath,
great
Baloo,
passing.
Thompson, he gets blocked. No, they're going to call a foul.
That was some of the better ball movement we've seen from the Yellow Jackets.
Ball movement there. And A.J. Clark, instead of getting the block, he's going to get charged with the foul.
Yeah, almost got that revenge there against Thompson. Yeah, I would say out of all the guys we've seen on this Howard Payne team, Thompson's game has impressed me the most.
Thompson looking for his 10th point here. And he's got it. 10-6. Not a bad night. So that's 2 blocks.
Does have 3 fouls and 4 turnovers, which shouldn't be ignored, but he is still playing a very solid game. He's only 6'5" here listed on the sheet, but he seems like he plays a few inches above that.
A very intimidating 6'5". Built very well. Molina's going to pull it back out. Hanley with just 8. He's on the court. far side, trying to get the ball here. They're going to kick out to Molina instead. Lippman cuts across, turnaround jumper. Off the rim, no good. Thompson's got another board. So he's inching closer to a double-double. Now Lippman steals this one away. And he'll...
He got the bucket.
Got the bucket. I was going to say he might throw it down. He kind of changed his mind about halfway up and just kind of let it roll in. Ballou goes around. And offensive foul called on Ballou. And then Thompson takes the tumble down low.
I wasn't sure why Thompson was the ball handler on that last possession there. I mean, you really don't want the ball in your hands when you're bigger guys, and you could see it on that pass he made. The game's not over yet, but it's looking more and more in Trinity's favor here that they'll be able to get their first victory of the campaign.
Enjoying their largest lead of the game here at 14. I'll say it's always good to enjoy your largest lead late in the game.
Absolutely. Better time than any. Next game coming on the 30th. That'll be this Saturday at Mary Hardin Baylor, and then the exhibition game that we see every year against Incarnate Word, D1 opponent.
So a running jumper for Molina, front rim, no good. Taylor Davis with the board. Blue running the court. Atkins for three. He's already got 5. Make it 8.
Needed
And Atkins is perfect shooting the field today. 2 of 2 from downtown, 3 of 3 overall in the game.
Yeah, that's
Jack Williams comes back, knocks down another jumper. Jack Williams has 14. 7 of 8 shooting for Jack Williams.
Yeah, just near perfect for Jack Williams tonight.
Lippman with the emphatic block. Rebound for Ballou. Now Cox pulls it. It's going to be short. Lippman with the board.
That was pure athleticism on that Lippman block there.
Fantastic sequence for the Tigers. That one's going to be stolen away at the inbounds. The inbound in the in-feed can't be made. Davis blocked by Lippman again.
Wow, it's the Lippman show here.
My goodness. 4 minutes left to go, and it looks like he's just gained his extra boost of energy and trying to cut through and disrupt Ballou. Atkins in double figures. It's 4-4 from the field. 2 of those are from downtown.
It's been a chaotic past 30 seconds or so in this game. We've seen a few of those moments here. Tigers need to take some more time off these possessions. With 3 minutes and 41 seconds left, up by 11, there really shouldn't be an urgency to just pull the trigger so quickly.
And that may be what the timeout is for. Coach Cunningham's going to talk it over with the guys. And so with the timeout taken, that's going to be switched over to a media timeout since it's the first break under 4. So we'll take a few minutes and we'll be right back. (83-72) Trinity, 3:41 left to play here in the game. That'll be Trinity inbounding from underneath. They call the timeout with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. I'd imagine they try to take some more liberty with the possessions here and run down the shot clocks, killing some time. Trinity with a little bit of trouble closing out games last year. Mason Roberts throwing a shot up quickly, and that's going to be off Howard Payne. No.
Yeah, I couldn't tell there from that angle, but in regard to closing out the game, see, the thing is, it seems like the Tigers are scoring when they're shooting these quick shots, but I think you'd rather just have them take time on these possessions like we were saying, you know. Don't want to let the other team back in to the game.
Atkins.
And he just muscled his way there. Yeah, he's been...
The easiest way to get 12 points is to make every shot you take. And
right.
And so far, he's done that.
And no margin for error there. They're only down 9 here.
Yeah,
Things are
Tigers.
not over.
And so they're starting to pull it out a little bit more and see if they can run through an offense.
Looked like maybe a moving screen. Didn't look like Roberts waited there before he rolled down to the basket.
Hanley for 3. He's in double figures. He's got 11.
Big shot there. Ben Hanley.
It's Oldham, Larimore, Clark, Hanley, and Roberts out there for the Tigers to close it out. Atkins, Ballou, Thompson, Cox, and Davis for Howard Payne. And Thompson will go to the line once again where he's 2 of 5.
Yeah, not shooting too well from the line, but getting to the line, that's half the battle.
Howard Payne has definitely done that tonight. 16 of 28 so far as a team. Trinity just 10 of 13.
Yeah, so they'll get up to 30 free throws, which we had wondered if they'd be able to. Not sure what Thompson's requesting there.
Oh, he's got blood.
Oh, right. Yeah, you could hear from down there.
And so he'll get that taken care of by the medical team.
And
And I
not sure where that
think-
occurred.
And I think they can take a minute to get him fixed up, and if they can't, then they will have to make a substitution. But they give the player the few seconds here to get that bandaged, and if it's still a problem that requires much more, the team can either take a timeout, take and address the situation, or they can make the substitution. And it looks like this will be taken care of rather quickly here.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting. So I'm not totally caught up on that situation, but from what you're saying, I guess they would be able to replace him for the free throw. So at that point, maybe you want the...
And then if you replace him for the free throw, if the player cannot shoot the free throws, then I think he's ineligible for the rest of the game. So that's why they would want to make sure that he has a chance. So 2
Right.
for 6 now as he comes up missing that one. And it's got to be a little bit of a different feeling having that little bandage wrapped around the shooting hand.
Right, he wasn't putting much finesse on the free throws before that anyway, but he is able to hit the second.
3 of 6. 3 of 7 now.
There's that press. They're trying to get the turnover.
And a foul.
Oh, wow.
I cannot believe they called that foul on Hanley. There was no way, or on Thompson, there was no way Hanley was coming down.
Pretty interesting call. I thought Hanley was just going to go out of bounds and concede the turnover.
It was the 4th foul on Thompson. Lippman's going to check back in for Oldham.
These free throws could potentially ice it, but don't want to speak too soon. I missed the free throw.
So Hanley now 1 for 2 from the line. Cox. 3.
Oh, man.
In and out, no good. That could have been called a foul on Davis, but it's not. Trinity gets the board anyway.
There's
Way
that
more
press.
over to Hanley, and the press is beaten by the Tigers. And now just kind of controlling possession here and letting the clock run down.
Yeah, it's in the single digits now, and there's the turnover. Looking to run is Howard Payne. And the foul. These fouls are just going to keep stopping the clock, which is not really what the Tigers want.
Less than ideal, but if you're Trinity, you might be okay with it because the free throws have not been falling routinely for Howard Payne in this half. They were 9 of 13 in the first half. Now 9 of 18 here in the second.
And Ballou misses that second one, but
Jordan Lippman steals the rebound away from Taylon Davis. And wide open underneath is Jack Williams, but he'll slow it down.
all right, great job by Lippman there. It looked like a sure offensive rebound for Taylon Davis. Now the Tigers up 10, just about a minute and a half here.
A.J. Clark not only beating the buzzer, doing so with a little bit of style. He's got 6.
There's finally a miss from, let's see, from Evan Adkins.
Got a good look at Clark. It was Adkins missing on the other side.
Good sportsmanship there from the Tigers.
A foul on Ballou, and they'll wipe up the floor. Trinity I believe they actually just calling that one out of play. So it'll be a Trinity inbound from underneath.
Yeah, this one looks like it won't be one where we'll see constant fouling in the last minute or so, but you never know.
Nice job from the Tigers beating the press once again. It's been a pretty effective press. Howard Payne's not necessarily doing anything wrong with it. Trinity's just been able to. There's always going to be one spot that you've got to get to beat the press, and Trinity's been able to do so. Clark gets that one poked away from behind, but Laramore's right there to get it, and he puts up the easy layup.
Tigers at 90 points in this one.
And Laramore's on the board with 2 points. 40 seconds to play. Thompson will go to the line.
So an encouraging performance here from Pat Cunningham's squad. Just about to earn their first win of the season. You know, it's always good to get these tough opponents out of the way here in the beginning of the season. Not to say that Howard Payne's been having the best campaign so far, but you look at the previous 3 games Trinity's played, they've all been difficult opponents.
Yeah, Trinity's 2 of the 3 opponents ranked while they were playing them. The other one, a perennially good team, George Fox. For Howard Payne, the run through the SCAC. Looks like they will be left at 1-3. They will play Centenary at home in just a few days on the 29th. And on December 7th, Saturday night, they'll travel to Southwestern before opening conference play on Monday night, December the 9th. They take on Louisiana College.
Yeah, they played Southwestern close, only losing by 1 point, so might be a game that they're comfortable with there.
There'll be a push off on Lippman. We'll go the other way, 10 seconds. Howard Payne will be shooting free throws. Just formalities at this point. So Trinity getting their first win of the season, barring something spectacular here in the final 10.7.
Yeah, I don't even know if that would be possible at this point, but we've seen some crazy things.
You mentioned that their next game at Mary Hardin Baylor on the 30th of November. Then over across the street at Incarnate Word on December the 7th.
Those games are always fun to watch. You get to see some D1 opponents, and Incarnate Word hasn't had the best past couple seasons in their conference, but they're always fun, talented team to watch.
And we're back here on Sunday, December 15th for the women's game as they take on UT Dallas. And then we're back here the following day. It'll be Sul Ross State on Monday, December 16th. And on Tuesday, December 17th, will be Washington and Lee. You can join us for those. But this one is in the books. Trinity with the victory, 90-78, leading the way for the Tigers. Stephen Molina, as he pushed in 21 on 7 of 15 shooting. Also had 4 steals for the day. Jordan Lippman, 7 of 17 shooting, had 19 points. Jack Williams, 14 points, and Ben Hanley, 11 points, helping the Tigers to their first win of the season. On the other side, Luke Cox, 5 of 11 from downtown. He finishes with 15. Thompson and Adkins both finishing with 12, and Josh Taylor with 11 for Howard Payne. And that will do it for us and for the student staff here helping run and bring you the cameras, the graphics, the replays, and the camera angles, along with Saul bringing you the commentary. I thank you for joining us here on the Tiger Network. And like I said, we'll be back December 15th for basketball action. And got the Christmas concert on December 6th. That'll be Friday night, December 6th at 7 o'clock. And so thank you for joining us, and have a good week. Take care.